Good lord, that close up is nasty. Damn. Is this mic working? Testing, testing. Is it working? I see the icon. I see the icon. I can see the icon, but I don't know if it's working. Greetings, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Team Gematrix. Welcome, welcome back to the channel. I am your one and only host, the Cosmic Jedi. Welcome back. Happy Friday to you all. Let me see if my live is coming through properly. The quality is looking okay. I should have used a different link. The quality is looking okay. It's substantial. This isn't a long live anyway. Just about the God of War Valhalla DLC trailer. Finally, I was gonna do a reaction, but I couldn't hold it. I was like, nah, I can't wait too long to watch the trailer. I had to watch the trailer and thought, you know what? I just record a live or something and then upload. I intended to do the whole record myself reacting to the trailer, but I thought, nah. I didn't want to get my hopes up because people were speculating it might be one thing or the other thing. I know some people definitely going to be happy. People who have commented on my page and on the God of War videos, they're going to be excited for what they announced. I'm hoping it's going to include. It's looking like it's going to be just Kratos, and I think that's going to be cool as long as they include new moves and new specials and whatnot, and whatever we go through in the DLC thing. Hopefully, we can carry it into the new game plus as well. If so, that I'm gravy. If you don't get to play side by side with Atreus or Freya or any of the other sidekicks, then I'm okay with that. I'm cool with it. I have no qualms whatsoever. Let me see if my audio is coming through well. Let me test it out on my part. This is how I like to do things. And I'm streaming live. I normally like to listen to my live to see it's coming through well on the other side, on your end. I should have given Prince and Sister Ellen a heads up that I was going live, but it's just a random live. You know, it's random. I might keep looking at the bottom of the camera from time to time. Whoops. Because the my display is right underneath the lens, so having to look up all the time, I keep forgetting that. So do bear with me. Let me see if my audio is coming through well, because I had the mic set up properly. Give me a second. Let me make sure I'm coming through smooth and Krispy Kreme like. I'm excited though. A boss rush challenge. I'm definitely excited, but I was hoping for more. And based on how they described it, I don't think there's going to be more. I think it's just going to be one of those things where it's a challenge mode, fighting the hordes. That's pretty cool. I've got no problem with that. Oh, nice. The audio's coming through nicely. Well done. I've done well, haven't I? This is good. We like this. Okay, cool. The audio's coming through fine. No wahala on my end. But I definitely wanted to I wanted more. I wanted more from the trailer. Especially for a DLC coming out next week. which is good. I mean, everyone is saying, "Oh, it's a good thing they even give us DLC. They don't have to." No one's saying they have to, but at least make it worth our while. And if it's a challenge mode, then include everything. Because I saw the cycles from the old game, the old version. And I thought that's pretty cool. If you're including the cycles from the old game, then I wonder what else you're doing from the old game, and that's pretty dope. To be honest, that is dope. If you happen to go into the archives of the older games, the previous games before this one, I dig that. But I still hope we get to play every if now if it's a thing where we're fighting every creature from the first God of War, every boss from the first God of War. Now that's awesome. That's awesome. Princess messaged me said he might pass through. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. If you're doing the whole pantheon of the bad guys or the villains, from regular creatures to mid-level boss to boss creatures from the first God of War game. Okay, not every, because then you have to fight the Hydra, and then okay, not every, but most. I mean, if you're bringing the Cyclops, then you got to bring in the Gorgons, man. If you bring in the Gorgons, now we're talking. Now we're talking. I think it's pretty cool of them to at least release it this year. But it kind of makes sense, especially when it's not a full story mode expansion of the game, just called an epilogue. So again, literally challenge mode, not a full expansion. Then it's not going to be anything too heavy. I read somewhere that you don't carry over your costumes, I think, or your armor, or your build. I think I could be wrong. You don't carry over your build, your weapons, the maximization of your weapons, yes, but your build, no. You start a new build in that challenge room. You don't carry over what you've saved in terms of build from the new game plus mode. The weapons, yes, the upgraded weapons, yes, but your build, no. And you go in with a new shield as well. A little skeptical. I'm a little skeptical, but it's God of War. It's Santa Monica, and they haven't done us dirty so far. I do hope they address some problems, though. They fix some problems. They change a few things that have been an issue before. I hope they can do that. That'd be dope. If they can fix a few problems that they've had before, I would like that. I'd appreciate that. If they include new stuff for like accessibility, oh, mm-hmm, that'd be cool. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not fully excited, but I am looking forward to it. It is God of War. I can't leave that alone. I already enjoyed my Spider-Man, had my fill of Spider-Man. So we'll see. The other trailers that I saw, the Blade one, wasn't really excited for Blade. Blade, I was like, I didn't get to see anything. At least God of War, we saw him do, we saw some fight scenes in the trailer. Blade was just somebody giving him a trim and a haircut or whatever, and then he gets out, puts his armor on, turns to the camera from the back of the sword, and that's it. I don't even know why we're so satisfied with those kind of things. People are losing their shit. I'm like, no, that's not really I don't even class as a teaser. That's insulting. Show me the animation and then show me the gameplay a little bit. Give me an idea of what the gameplay looks like. But that's just me. I think these days I'm not easily pleased by carrots on sticks anymore. Maybe in the past, yes. But I'm coming from games like Devil May Cry, God of War, Onimusha, Sekiro, Ninja Gaiden, what's the other one? Raiden. There's so many other games. So when you do gimmicks, I'm like, nah, that doesn't work on me. I'm sorry, dude. Doesn't work on me. I saw a post saying that Spider-Man didn't win any awards. I was glad to see that. I was glad. I think as epic and as cool as Spider-Man is, there's still some issues with that game. And till this day, even though I finished playing Spider-Man on 2 different accounts, because I streamed it on this account and I streamed it on my personal account, after finishing that game twice, I still always go back to the God of War 2018 and the God of War Ragnarok. And now that the DLC is coming out, more reason for me to play the game. Even though without the DLC, I still play the game. So for me, I feel that's a very good testament to what Santa Monica has done with this game. That I can play this game over and over and over again without any issues. I dig that. I really dig that because that's the future, isn't it? You don't want. I mean, it depends. Some people buy games, finish it in 2 days time, 3 days time, or finish it in a week and take it back and get another game. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no right or wrong way to play a game. But games like Devil May Cry, God of War, when I can go back to your game over and over again because of the fighting mechanics, the story, the animation, the responsiveness when it comes to me inputting my combos, the speed between switching weapons as well. Just like Ghost of Tsushima, you want your game to be so epic. We're looking forward to playing it again. Even though I've beaten that boss before, I want to see if I can beat that boss again with a different weapon, different tactics. If I want to use stealth, different costume. You want to include so many things in your game that you leave your players figuring out new ways to experience that same world. New game plus mode, new weapons, new combos, new skills, new skill tree, new level unlocked, new moves as well. So these things, it becomes more value for money. And I still give kudos to Santa Monica for at least releasing a DLC, despite people saying they didn't do it for 2018. I think they didn't have time to do that, or they didn't make time for the 2018 version to release DLC. So it's good to see that they're doing it for this one. And if this DLC kicks ass, I personally want to see a standalone DLC for Atreus. Unless they have high hopes for Atreus and want to do a separate game for Atreus, like a whole new gaming experience for Atreus' character, I'm down with that as long as they do it well. Because if you're trying to say to people that we're going to make a separate game for Atreus and it's got nothing to do with Kratos, you have to sell that game well. And I'm not saying price wise or marketing. I mean, whatever you include in that game, Atreus' gameplay, is he older when you release the game? All these things have to be factored in because you're telling people you can't play as Kratos in this new game, only as Atreus. So what is his weapon like? No, in fact, not even what are his weapons like? How many weapons does he have? Because you only had the bow before. What's the mechanics? Is he faster? Because he was very fast in this previous one. So is he fast or is he the same speed? Is he whiny? Is he more confident? Does he have magic, more magic now? Also, when he does the God mode transformation, do you have animals you can select from the bear to the wolf? Can he fly? Can he transform to a bird and fly? So there's so many things you can really do well with Atreus if you're going to convince your main audience who are high fans of Kratos, who are big fans of Kratos, because we came into your world of God of War because of Kratos. You've introduced a son and you did it well, good. But if you're going to convince us to say, hey, we know you love Kratos, but we're also trying to build up Atreus to have his own separate adventure, then you got to do magic, extra magic on that one. That's why I feel having a DLC that can allow Kratos to jump in from time to time, or a DLC to bridge the gap between having his own standalone game, that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind that. If you do a DLC and do a third God of War game with Atreus and Kratos, Atreus is grown now, then you're hinting at the next adventure that Atreus is going to have, but he won't have it with Kratos, and vice versa. You're saying the next game of God of War won't include Atreus. That'd be cool. I mean, even if you give another sidekick to Kratos, I don't know. It depends on how they do it. I don't know how that's going to work because you say Freya has joined the team, so Freya might be the next sidekick or co-op character for Kratos. I don't even know if Santa Monica is thinking of doing a co-op mode for the game, meaning someone else can control any sidekick or mainly Freya with Kratos or control Atreus with Kratos. That also would be dope. That's an idea I don't even know if they're thinking about. I assume they are. But the schematics of that. That means if you release the game, can you play it as a single player and then the AI is Atreus or Freya? And then if someone plugs in the controller as well, they can choose either. What if you choose Kratos? Do you then become... See, now that's tricky. Because everybody wants to play as Kratos. So whoever joins in, yeah. I don't know how a God of War co-op game is going to work. Because everyone's going to want to play as Atreus. I mean, play as Kratos. So you'd have to do it well to convince your viewers that, yeah, we know you love Kratos, but trust me, what we're doing with Atreus is epic. It's going to make you think twice about playing as Kratos. And that'd be dope. That'd be dope because I still appreciate what Santa Monica has done with the God of War franchise. You came all the way from the original, or the original main three that I played anyway. You then say you're going to do a soft reboot. And I can imagine some people left the whole Santa Monica thing. They gave up and said, nah, if you're going to change God of War from what it was originally, I don't want to be part of it. And I can respect those people as well, because once you love a thing as is, and then someone tries to change it, or they make a change that you know you're not going to agree with for forever, there's nothing wrong in saying, nah, I dip out. I think it's it's healthy. It's okay. But then if they do it well, which they have already, pardon me, I think that's something to praise. I think it's something to be praised, because I don't know how many companies have done that. Many have, yes, but I mean I don't know off my head. The new one I remember so far is Devil May Cry. When they released the first one ever, they changed it they changed the style in the second one. Then they went back to the style of the first one in the third one, even though the third one was like a prequel, kind of, right? Dante's Awakening. Then they released the fourth one, which is pretty cool. I enjoyed the fourth one. I never played the first one fully. Then they released the fifth one, which also changed. No, before the fourth, there was something they released in between. The one that Ninja Theory did or something. That one, people, I haven't seen fans go apeshit so hard on any IP like that. And I don't blame them, because when I saw it, I was like, well, now he's looking emo and stuff, but no one's asked for this. Why have they made this change? They didn't need to make that change visually. All they needed to do was improve on the current mechanics that worked fine. If it didn't work fine, your games wouldn't sell. I still feel the best visuals for Devil May Cry was the Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition, Dante's Awakening. Yeah, the first one was slow. The second one was too small because it felt like Kratos. But then again, that wasn't introduced to the world like that. If the first Devil May Cry game was like the second game, then it makes sense. But you introduce this character who's so big on screen in the first game, everyone's going to expect that style in the second game. Then when you change that and you shrink him down, people are going to have questions. So yeah, I wonder if we're going to see some Assassin's Creed characters. Where you mean in the God of War games? That's a very random question. I don't know why I want to see Assassin's Creed characters in God of War games. I've actually given up on Assassin's Creed franchise, finally. And thankfully, I thought that game had a strong hold on me. Ever since Ezio, Edward Kenway, and the Native American brother, I can't remember his name. And then finally, Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origins. That was it. I was very satisfied with those 4 games and those 4 stories and those 4 characters. Anything else, Assassin's Creed, Greece or whatever it's called, no. Valhalla, no, thank you. I wonder how Ubisoft feels about Santa Monica using the Valhalla, because that was the only thing that was in the atmosphere when it came to gaming when you mentioned Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But I don't think. Yeah, I'm done with Assassin's Creed franchise. I don't think they can pull it out of the bag again. They try to do a revamp or back to basics with Assassin's Creed Mirage, but it doesn't look like it's paid off, which is good. I think Ubisoft plays around too much and they don't really care. Well, to me, it feels like they don't care about their audience. I think they had gold when they did Assassin's Creed Origins. I think they could have stuck to that formula, had more stories to tell with Bayek. But all this multiple, working on Japanese version, Chinese, and there's a version of Assassin's Creed that fans want. But Ubisoft thinks of money too much, which is cool. But then you're missing out. You're not giving your audience what they want, what they've come to you for. So trying different things, doing different things, yeah, it's fine. But I feel Stick to what works, expand on it. Like Ezio, they milked Ezio long enough before before it got tiring. So I still enjoyed Ezio's story nonetheless, despite how many versions they threw out. It was still compelling, entertaining, and I like the innovation of new little gameplay improvements, new little elements they added to it. But now, nah, I have no excitement for any new Assassin's Creed game, even if it says it's going to be a Japan or samurai. Maybe that's the only one I'll play. If it's like a ninja Assassin's Creed Ninja Legacy or Legacy of the Ninja, maybe. And you're saying it's going to be like Sekiro but much better, shurikens, stealth attacks, cloak and dagger stuff. Then yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. But if not, no, thank you. I couldn't care less, and I'm thankful though because that means it's one less franchise to be looking at every time, over my shoulder, like like always googling, have they dropped something new? Have they done something new? Yeah, they're done. In my world, they're cooked. They're finished. They're overdone. Or they could do a thing where they could revive Ghost Recon. That's the one thing I did enjoy playing on the PS3. Ghost Recon, yeah, Future Soldier. That was fun. That was definitely fun. But yeah, that's me done. I'm gonna keep this live a little short and simple, and let everybody come back to it later. I wanted to jump on yesterday and do the live right after the awards, but it was too late in my time. My time zone is different, and then now I got to go watch the highlights and see what games that I'm interested in, because there was a few games that I saw announced. There's something about Sega that dropped. I was like, wait, Sega doing a release version on the um the PlayStation system? I was like, maybe I'm reading something wrong, but I saw a few videos with Sega. I was like, all right, that seems promising. There's hope there, or there's a little potential of something I could look forward to when it comes to other games. Because these days I don't buy that much games. I'm still playing God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok, and some Spider-Man and Uncharted, and these are very old games, especially Uncharted 4. Old. But again, I still feel that these are testaments to these companies when they were cool. Naughty Dog to me is dropped for me personally. I mean, a lot of people love The Last of Us and Last of Us 2, but I couldn't care less. I tried to get into the Last of Us ecosystem, but no, it didn't work for me. And I got put off by a lot of people saying they changed the story a little bit or they messed up the story in the second one. It didn't really go as planned as people hoped it to go. And I didn't want to join that bandwagon of enjoying the first game and then getting disappointed by the second game. And you could say I don't have to listen to people's opinions and play the game, but no. When I play games, I get involved. So I don't want to get involved into a character or characters and then it's demolished by the people who have made the game. Nah, that doesn't make sense to me. Because you're putting time and soul and effort into playing these games. Not only are you playing and getting used to the controls and game engine, you're being pulled into the story. The story has to be believable enough. The characters have to be believable enough for you to say, okay, I'm down with this plight. I'm down with this person's story, this person's journey. Otherwise, like I said, what's the point? You just have people running around on screen. You paid money for the sake of paying money just because you're playing the game. Nah. You want to have the experience. You want to be part of the whole experience. You want to enjoy the story, enjoy the journey. You want to cry when you feel like crying. You want to be excited when you feel like being excited. So no, I don't have any affiliation with Naughty Dog. They released a game that was full of bugs and didn't care to fix the bugs. And for that, I'm not comfortable giving them any more money at all. I don't care if they release a remastered version of Last of Us, remastered version of Uncharted. Don't give a shit. I don't give a crap. You gotta treat your customers with respect, and you gotta be sensible and honest with your product. Bad gaming practice isn't something you can't fix or change or can't be undone. It's not something that is like a sentient thing. Bad gaming practice is just human beings not fulfilling certain things. So you can fix that, you can change that, you can do better. Anyway, I'm not going to turn this video into a rant. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Gematrix, I hope you're doing well. I just came on here to talk a little bit about the God of War Valhalla DLC. I'm excited, looking forward to it, but I'm not over the moon because I know it's not it's not a continuation of the story. It is called an epilogue, yeah, but I wish there was more story elements to it as well, and I wish there was more of a. I hope there's more of a relationship between the DLC and the game world. It doesn't feel like a separate thing alone. It's almost like when you get DLC for like Spider-Man 2, for example, then it expands the map. So hopefully it's a place you can go to rather than having to load the DLC that's separate from the world, like it's a little pocket universe. I hope it's not that, because I want to be able to at least enjoy myself in this world and then bring in my saves or my skill points and things I've unlocked back into my new game plus mode. Anyway, we'll see. We'll find out next week. Only in a few days. What, 5, 6, 7 days? 5 days. 5 days. Yeah, 5 days. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I have been your one and only host, the Cosmic Jedi, signing out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I'm outie. Now, where do I find this button to stop or end stream? Where is it? You don't want to look like a noob. There it is.